Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation, making his first NFL start.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They run it again with Chubb. And some room to run now. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Logan Wilson gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And that flag's on Myles Garrett, and we know he's got a nose for getting after the quarterback, but that time, even though he's going to protest it a little bit, he's a step late, and they hit him with the penalty.
First down, here's Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. First and goal from just inside the 5. Mixon. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Quick throw complete. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're going to keep your eyes on the play and develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown, Bengals! Tyler Boyd, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to be
taking it right down Broadway. Loose inside the 30, inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play that time out of Chubb. 63 yards on the ground. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. As they've got it as we resume action. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Chubb. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Burrow looking to pass. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Ward. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Now a give left side, Brown with it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. Touchdown! Jamar Chase. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals had 6 to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers. And he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. This is fielded at the 27. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than... And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of this caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't work it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That is caught. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Again, it's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. DJ Moore, up close to 100-yard receiving there. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Tua Tagovailoa, throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
That goes for a gain of 31.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this off.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They begin this drive with Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Chubb on the counter. 109 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 4. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come. And we're back now here in Cleveland.
Here we go, here we go.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Chase, the motion man right. And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Complete to number 83, Tyler Boyd.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2nd down and 3.
At the 34-yard line.
They'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there.
At the 25-yard line.
Back to throw again. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Let's go now.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is taken in by Njoku. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Shudak. And the lead is down to 28-10. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Here we go.
Now 2nd and 9. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Burrow looking to pass. He's got his target. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Here's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Fighting his way through contact. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Pass caught. He's got Tillman. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw now on 1st down.
They'll get this complete to Tillman.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. They'll look to throw again. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation.